What a difference a week makes. Last Friday, we were all excited. We had a no-name tropical storm going into Nova Scotia, sent in a 4 to 6 foot swell, eastern New England, best surf of the summer. And we were all excited for a fun September, he said. Well, here's September, and this is the week where we're looking forward to, and we have Tropical Depression number 8 going into Mexico. Otherwise, we just have depression. Although at the National Hurricane Center website, we have points of interest, 2, 3, 4 in the Atlantic Ocean. The waves are coming off of Africa, but the weather's not cooperating. We've had another cold air mass come in from Canada into the Northeast. Now, earlier in the season, we were thinking all that cold in Canada would be focused more in the Midwest. It's more natural when the Atlantic is so warm to have a ridge in eastern United States or the Western Atlantic, that Bermuda High, and the cold air would be focused into the middle of the country. And that's the pattern we would need to get tropical cyclones to come near the Bahamas and then up the East Coast or just off the East Coast. But instead, that ridge trough orientation is farther toward the ocean. So we have the trough in the northeast and the ridge way out in the ocean. So what's happening, we had Tropical Storm Gabrielle form. It was in the Northeast Caribbean. Now that's going north of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. And it's going to form another cyclone. It probably become a tropical storm, maybe Umberto, the H storm. That's how you pronounce it, Umberto, this week. And that looks like it's going to go toward Bermuda. Another front from Canada is going to come into New England on Sunday night. So there's no big surf this weekend. We may have a tiny little leftover easterly or northeasterly groundswell early on Saturday, Cape Cod, but really not much to talk of. High pressure's going right over us. The wind will shift and then it will come in from the southwest on Sunday afternoon before the next front from Canada. And then we're going to have more of a northerly wind Sunday night and early on Monday. And every front that goes offshore, it has potential to form a storm like the one we had late in August that sent us a surprise swell. So that's the only thing that's going to be good news here, would be a surprise swell. Otherwise, it looks like the tropical activity going across the central and southern Atlantic is going to either aim toward the Caribbean and the southern Gulf of Mexico, like TD number 8, or steer up through and then just east of the Windward Islands towards Bermuda. There are signs, though, that there still could be some action, maybe even a westward moving cyclone north of Bermuda, aka the perfect storm of 91 did that. I'm not saying we're getting a perfect storm, but there are little things to watch. But as for that hyped up period between September 7 and 12, any groundswell is going to be at the end of that period. There's going to be something going on. We just can't tell exactly what it is yet. So, sorry, it's a waiting game as usual. Get some nice weather for the weekend, and then some nice warmer weather again midweek. But no great news from the surf department. We'll see you at the shore on the SUP. It's a little nutty when there are no waves around. It's been a long week, I joined the 50s club. Yeah, in the barrel, one of these days. Thanks, chick.